Hey there, everybody. How's it going? Okay, so my name is Joe, and I am here interviewing the.
Emily.
Okay, Emily, how are you doing today?
I'm doing really well, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. So maybe tell me a little bit about yourself. Tell me about who you are, where you're from, what are you doing here in Korea, what's your darkest secret, all the fun stuff, right?
So I'm Emily. I'm from Birmingham in England, and I went to uni before I came to Korea. I studied counselling as a master's degree, and then I spent 2 years after uni in a place called Leicester, working in schools. So I've always wanted to live abroad. I just did not see myself living in England. It's not for me.
Too much fish and chips, right?
Yeah, too much fish and chips, a bit too much, yeah. Maybe I could go back a bit further, because I just kind of jumped a little. So, yeah, I went to school, obviously, and I loved PE, I loved singing. I used to sing a lot on stage at school, and I used to go to singing lessons as well, and I also went to college where I studied media, business, all those studies. So after college, I went to uni and I got a degree in counselling. My undergrad was in psychology and counselling, and then I got a master's in psychotherapeutic counselling. So that was a very long 6 years of my life staying at uni. And so after uni, I stayed in the UK for another 2 years, working in schools. And I knew that I wanted to live abroad, but I couldn't really do that because I wanted to set up a counselling private practice before anything. But I had the choice between living abroad and setting up my own private practice in counselling. So I chose to live abroad. I was applying to different countries and all the while thinking, I need to get out of here. Like, England isn't for me at all. It just got to the point where I just couldn't stay there anymore. I'm like, I need to get out of here.
So what did you not like about England in particular? What was it was just too much for you, or what did you not? Yeah.
I think it was more of my thought processes. Because I knew that I didn't want to be there, then because I'm so aware of myself through the counselling training, because we had to really explore ourselves, then I was just aware of how I used to think and what my thoughts were. My main thoughts were, I need to get out of here. Why am I here? What am I doing here? I need to be abroad. And it doesn't sit well with you. So every single moment of the day, I was thinking that those were my main thoughts, and it was just difficult to keep it at bay. So the minute I got to Korea, those thoughts disappeared.
Now, do you think it was Korea in particular that those thoughts disappeared, or was it really just like the being abroad, almost kind of?
Yeah, being out of the UK.
Okay. So it's really it's not necessarily a pro-Korea, it's more like an anti-UK sort of sense. I hate to say it like that, but yeah, I guess that's kind of what it is. So how do you feel as though you have changed as a person? Because how long have you been here in Korea for?
2 years.
Okay, 2 years. What do you feel like has been the biggest change that you've seen in yourself in terms of just being in Korea, being abroad?
I love that question. Okay, so I run a personal development group here in Korea. So I've been running it for the past 2 years. No, it's been over a year, sorry. And through that personal development group, I've been able to talk about things that you don't necessarily talk about with everyday people. So I've changed in a way that I don't look to other people to make decisions. So it's like, oh, I want to do this, but I don't know, so I'm going to ask this person, I'm going to ask that person. And that's how it used to be, but I don't really do that anymore. And I just feel like there's this detachment that has happened since I've been able to talk about who I was before, my experiences, things like that. And I feel like I have come on leaps and bounds, like the way I think as well. I used to like think about something, and maybe it's kind of like digging a mental hole, because I'm thinking and thinking and thinking, and I don't do that anymore because that was the old me. It's like if I do that now, it's kind of damaging. It's really difficult to think that way. So I'm more of, okay, this needs to be done. This needs to be thought about. Okay, I'm just going to approach it logically, and I'm not going to think about it too much. No, I'm not that person anymore. Can't do it.
Do you feel like you've been like almost freed in a way from all the logical thinking?
I feel very free because back in the day I used to be an imaginative person, like, oh, imagine this and imagine that. But if I do that now, I can't do it because I feel like being stuck in your imagination is unhealthy.
Right. Do you know what like mindfulness is, right? Yeah. What are your thoughts on mindfulness? Do you feel like it's just this, that it could help you in every way? Do you feel like it's a bit overrated? Like, what are your thoughts on mindfulness?
I think it's very helpful, extremely helpful. It can help many people, but if you're just using mindfulness as a way to escape like a traumatic past, as a way to, ignore the thoughts that need to be addressed, then it's unhealthy. Because there's only so much mindfulness that you can do. You just need talking therapy in that case, because mindfulness is all about walking outside, looking at the trees, hearing the different things that you can hear, what can you feel, things like that, and to get you in the moment and in your body, or outside of your body and out of your head. But there's only so much you can do to get out of your head and your body. If you are in a healthy space, then yes, you can do that. But if not, no. Yeah.
Okay. So it's limited, but it's a good technique overall.
Very good technique, yeah.
What would be another, like, really good, like, I don't want to say, like, psychological hack or anything like that, but, like, a really good technique if someone's maybe going through something that's a bit traumatic or a bit difficult, aside from mindfulness? What's something that really helps you?
Talk. I'm a talker. Like, I can. I've been able to sit with myself a lot since being here, and there's only so much sitting that you can do. Sitting with it and talking things through at the same time is very helpful, because if you're just sitting with it, it's only a matter of time until that thing sits on you.
Right. I've never thought about a thought sitting on me, but unfortunately it makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. So tell me a little bit, so that's kind of your thing and kind of how you developed a lot. What are some of the things that you're into maybe here in Korea, like whether just it be hobbies or whether your job, or maybe go into a little bit of that, like what's your life kind of like?
So I love reading tarot, so I have my own YouTube channel. So I try to film on a Monday, and I've been trying to film 2 or 3 times a week. Well, I did do that before I started working again, because we were off for 2 weeks, for 13 days. And throughout that time, I filmed 3 or 4 videos in a week.
Oh my gosh.
Film, edit schedule. Oh, that was amazing. That was so great. But then I started back at work and I kept getting sick, and it's so annoying. Yeah.
Are you feeling better at least?
Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better today. And because I had a cold last month as well.
Okay. Good thing I'm not sitting right next to you right now. Good decisions all around. Good decisions. Okay, so explain to me a little bit about tarot for people who don't really know. How exactly does it work? How's the process work? Give me kind of your insight into it.
Okay, so I'm just going to start off by talking about my journey.
Okay, do it. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So when I first started reading tarot, I was 19 years old, because I went to a tarot reader and he told me that I should be reading tarot. So then I was like, okay, I'll read tarot then. So the next thing you know, I got my first tarot deck, and I was reading for myself every day, a card a day. I was writing about it, and I kept going to Waterstones, which is a bookstore in England. I'd read all the tarot books, research, Google, everything. And I would do mini readings for my friends and everything. And then I kind of stopped because I went to uni. So I stopped for about a year. I would pull out my cards every now and then to do a little reading, but for the most part, it was put away. And then the one time I just randomly took out my cards. I think I was doing my master's then. Yeah, I think I was in my first year of my master's. And since then, I've been reading my tarot every day since then. Sometimes I'll put them away because I need a little bit of a break. But for the most part, I'd read them every day. And then I started an Instagram account while I was at uni. And I realized that I put my cards away. I realized that when I put my cards away, it was the right thing because I wasn't fully understanding the cards back then, because I used to think very differently and I used to learn differently. And counseling really helped me to not think like that anymore. So I was able to learn differently. The card meanings were sinking in much deeper and I understood it. So I went to Instagram. And then after that, I was sort of wondering, I wonder if there's anything to do with tarot on YouTube. So then I looked up tarot. And then there was all these readers who did pick a card readings, who did how to read tarot. And I'm like, wow, this is a whole new world opening up to me. I can't believe this. And I was binge watching videos, Shanetta's Divine Tarot and who else I found back then, and binge. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do a YouTube channel because I've always wanted a YouTube channel. I had one where I was singing on there, but I only uploaded 2 videos or maybe 3. And then I just deleted the 2 and left one. And I was like, I don't know what to do on a YouTube channel. And then I just created that one. And then ever since then, I've just kept going with it. And through my channel, I have really deepened the way I read and how I access those messages through meditation as well. And I went to a mediumship group while I was at just after university. And what else did I do? I just did many things. Reading for people. I read for a tarot hotline the one time for a while. Just all things tarot. I love tarot so much. I do.
Okay, so would you consider yourself to be religious at all? Would you say no? So what makes tarot a little bit different than, say, Christianity or Islam or Hindu, an organized religion?
Well, tarot is basically spirituality. It's in spirituality. It's classed as spirituality. And I don't know, I don't see myself as a spiritual person. I'm not into spirituality. I'm just a girl who loves reading tarot. I love astrology. I love learning about myself. I love working on myself. But people will call that spirituality. But I think, as I said in another YouTube video, I do talking videos. I feel like these labels are to put people in boxes. And I'm not a big believer in labels because I feel like labels just hinder you slightly. But I don't want to be hindered. I want to be free. I love being free. I have a free mind. So, yeah.
So you would say that tarot is not religious, it's spiritual, right? It's spirituality. But then you'd say you're not a spiritual person. So do you feel as though tarot maybe doesn't necessarily have like a good label for it? Do you feel like it's just kind of out there, or
people see tarot as this evil thing that shouldn't be read, and they see it as, why are you reading tarot? It's evil, it's this, it's that. And I'm like, you've never even touched tarot cards, what are you talking about? Yeah, I feel like you got to be I wouldn't say a certain person, but I don't even know how to word that. But if you're drawn to reading tarot, then you should read tarot. If you don't, then leave it alone. That tarot. It's just a set of cards with pictures and a set number of cards. What was the question again?
No, it's okay. No, it's okay. No, I was just asking, like, you said that tarot is not really religious, right? It's more spiritual. It's more about spirituality. And then you said I'm not really a spiritual person. Yeah. So that's what I was thinking. It seems a bit contradictory, but then you...
contradictory person because, people need words to class things, to group things. So... I don't see myself as a spiritual person, but I see myself as an energy reader. Even though energy readers are classed as spiritual people, I just read energy. That's all. I just feel like being classed as, oh, you're spiritual, oh, you're a Christian, oh, you're this, you're that. It's like, what are you? I am not that,
Yeah, that makes sense. It's just, do you feel as though it's all kind of the same quote unquote energy? Like, no matter what you believe, on some level, it's all kind of related?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So what is it about tarot in particular that really is like drawing you in, right? As opposed to like palm reading or other, I don't know what other psychic things that there are, but what about like tarot in particular? Do you find a fascination with the cards? Was it maybe just the positive experiences that you've had with tarot readers in the past?
I think with the cards, it's like they are my babies. Yeah, it feels like they're my babies because I brought them myself. You build a relationship with your cards because you put your time, your energy. You get used to them. You get to know them. And it's like they become part of you. Like they're just cards. They just become not who you are, because I don't want to put myself with cards, but they become like a part of the family. You
have like you have a connection to them, right? You have a connection. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And with my first deck, I use that every day. And it's funny that when you have a connection with your cards, you know when a card is missing. Yeah, because with this deck that I have, my oldest deck, the one time the energy was just so off. It felt like it wanted to retire. So I was like, okay, I'll put you into retirement. I'm not going to use you for a while. And then next thing you know, I found the card on the floor. I put the card back in the deck. And I was like, oh, I can use this again. Yeah.
Okay. Can't quite use that again.
Also, I brought a new deck the one time. And I was shuffling it. And I was like, I don't think I like this deck. I don't think I like it. And then I was moving some papers on that same day, and I found that there was a card on the floor. And I'm like, how did you get there? So I put it back into the deck, and I was like, yeah, I like this deck now.
Okay.
Does that even work? I don't know.
So explain to me a little bit about maybe like the energy, right? The spirituality that you're feeling. Is it like a physical sensation? Like you can feel a jitter in your loins? Can you feel, or is it just more a mental thing, do you think? Or how does that work?
I can feel like sensations in my energy. I don't know. Okay. Like I see energies, I see pictures, I see images. So then I'm like, okay, I'm seeing this, I'm seeing that. So then you try and put it into words, which can be very, very difficult. I've been seeing things where I don't even know how to put that into words because...
Can you give me an example?
So I was doing a reading the other day on my channel, and before I start with the cards, I just shuffle the cards and I write down messages because I just see images and I'm thinking, okay, I'll just write that down. So in this case, I was seeing a room, and I don't know what that room symbolized. I don't know what the energy was behind it. I don't even know what kind of room it was. And I was thinking, okay, so how do I put this into words? What even is this? So then I just wrote, okay, I'm seeing a word. I'm seeing a room. And I wrote, I don't even know what to say about it. So I just wrote, I'm seeing a room. I don't know the energy, so I'll just write that. I don't know.
Okay, I get that. It's just something's off, right? And you can just tell that it's off. I think it's kind of the biggest thing for you.
Everything is energy. I'm gonna do a video on that in my next video, or in one of the upcoming videos. And everything is energy. I see the energy. I feel the energy. Feel the energy of people. I sometimes see the energy, as in auras. It's like energy is everywhere, you know. Yeah. Not just in the cards, not just the energy in my body, not just feeling the energy, not just thinking about the energy. Energy is everywhere, and I'm just not constantly, but when energy is just there, it just appears. I'm not exactly looking for it. I'm not exactly trying to feel it. It's just there.
So what would you say to someone who doesn't necessarily believe in energy or believe in tarot or believe someone that says like, I think that this is all kind of a bunch of doohickey, right? Like what would you say to that person?
Well, it's real, and if you don't believe, or if you don't see it, if you don't feel it, then that's on you, really. That's your thing. You believe in the things that you see. I keep saying the word believe, but maybe to some people it is about believing. But with me in my life, it's all about, okay, I see it, I feel it, so it's real. Okay. It's nothing about believing, but to other people, it is all about belief. But then it's funny because maybe they feel something on a specific day and they think to themselves, oh, maybe something's going to happen today. Oh, I feel like something's off. But that's energy. That is, and you're feeling the energy that something is off. You're feeling the energy that, oh, I shouldn't do this today, so I'm not doing that because I don't feel like I should do it right now. That's energy.
Okay, I see that. Because you're saying that energy kind of manifests itself in a bunch of different ways, right? There's not just one. So maybe it's, I don't know if you've had this, but like for me personally, there have been days where I am going into work and no one said anything, nothing happened, but it just feels off, and then that it ends up like my teacher is really sick or she's really mean or maybe our client had some issues back in the States and there's no way to explain it, right? But it's just like you're in the car and all of a sudden you go, oh my gosh, something's off, right? So you'd say like that's energy, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you feel it in your spirits.
Feel it in my spirits. Feel it in the most British thing ever. Feel it in your spirits. Okay, so would you? How would you say that, like, all your friends and the people that you know react to whenever they find out that you're a tarot reader? Right? Are they like? Are they pretty supportive of it? Or do they kind of look at you weird? Or when you tell people about that in general?
Oh, very supportive. Yeah, I don't hide the fact that I'm a tarot reader because I'm not a person who hides. I'm a person who speaks on things. If I'm hiding, then that means I'm blocked. Yeah, I'm not blocking myself for nobody. Okay. I'm all over YouTube. I have my YouTube channel on my Instagram account, so everyone can see that I'm on YouTube as a tarot reader. But some of my family members aren't happy that I'm reading tarot, but I don't care. My auntie asked me about...
Man, Emily does not care about your feelings. She does not care. If you're against her, she does not care.
My auntie asked me about tarot, and because she's the one that didn't like it, and she's like, "Oh, tarot is evil," and I'm like, "I'm not gonna get into this." But they're only the only really ones that have an issue. But other than that, everyone's fine. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, I totally get that. I'm glad that your family and pretty much all your friends are supportive of it, even if they may or may not believe it or they may not be on the same, I guess, energy wavelength. At least they're like, hey, this is Emily. This is who she is. It's really cool. Do you have your tarot cards with you by chance? Okay. Do you want to show them, or is that a little too personal? Is that a bit too? So something that Emily has, we've talked a little bit about this before, is you're not really supposed to touch the tarot cards if they're not yours, or you're supposed to ask for permission first. So yeah, I get that. Okay, so these are the cards. These are the cards, right? Okay, cool.
These are my oldest tarot deck.
Okay.
It's all been taping it back together because I don't want to lose the original package.
Okay. That is, by the way, that is beautiful recycling. I just want to say, you know what? That's beautiful recycling. But yeah, I don't know if you could maybe show off some of the cards or show off, I don't know, what you're comfortable with, or just kind of show. Yeah, just kind of show how it is that they look. Because when I first saw tarot cards, I didn't know what to expect, but they look different than how I thought.
Yeah, so many decks are different because people have different thoughts on what the cards should look like. But it's a standard deck with 70, I'm going to get the numbers wrong. It's 70-something cards with major arcana, minor arcana, so I have 10 of chalices here. So we have the chalices, the swords, the wands, and the pentacle suits. And then we have the knights. We have aces. We have the ace of swords. We have kings and queens and the knaves as well, which are pages. And so that's all traditional in all tarot decks, but they use different images to depict each card. We have the death card. We also have the devil card, which everyone is like, oh my God, not the devil and death.
What if it's like for the devil's advocate, right? Like, what if you're looking at things from the other side?
Yeah.
Could you maybe make that argument?
Maybe, but then, you could just explain what it means.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they see the devil and they're like, oh no, I'm going to hell.
You are, but not for this. No, for something else. Okay, so that's super cool. And so when you're actually doing a reading, how does the reading itself work? I don't know if you want to give it doesn't have to be like an actual demonstration, but like maybe something, just how does the actual reading itself work?
Okay, so I'll ask you, what do you want to look into? Maybe you want to look into your love life, career, look into your family, or just do a general reading. If you don't know what you want to look at, just look at everything as a whole. And then I'll shuffle the cards, and I like to shuffle and then just feel the energy while I'm shuffling so that there's extra messages to come through. And I love when that happens because a little side note, I wasn't always able to get extra messages from the cards. I went to a psychic the one time and she says that I should do automatic writing. I should try it. So after that meeting, I just meditated and I tried automatic writing, but it was quite forced. And then I started meditating. This was a little while into reading tarot. And then randomly one time I was in the process of getting my cards ready to film for my channel, and then I felt the need to write something. So then I was like, oh my God, this is weird. So then I got myself a piece of paper, pen, and I just wrote down messages. I'm like, what is happening? What is happening right now? So from then on, I started to see images, feel different messages coming through. And the only way I could see that was when I was shuffling a specific deck. It was an oracle deck. But as time progressed, I was able to get messages from all of my cards, get extra messages from all of my cards. I didn't even have to try. Just close my eyes and I'm seeing images. And I'm feeling different messages. And it's at the point now where I can just use this deck, shuffle, and I'm feeling the energy as well. Yeah, so...
Okay, so the psychic really helped you out, right? They really made it to where you could channel your inner energy, right, from everywhere too, including the loins and the light up above, right? Okay, so you do a lot of these readings. You feel the energy. The cards kind of pop out at you. Is there certain topics or certain things that you will not read for someone?
Yeah, I don't really want to read about... Oh, there was this one time... side note. There was this one time I was on my YouTube channel because I used to go live. Well, I do go live sometimes. I try to. And I was reading for other people. And there was this person that came on and they were like, oh, can you tell me if my person's cheating on me? And I'm like, no. Ask I don't know.
If you're asking the question, it's probably a yes. No.
Yeah, and I don't want to read about ill health and the law as well.
Okay. So like, so like, are you talking like politics, or are you just talking like, do I have a warrant out for my arrest? Like, what do you mean when you say the law?
Yeah, so it could mean like a courtroom thing and all those things to do with the law, because you don't know how things are going to turn out. Yeah, I know. Maybe I could see it in the cards, or I could see flashes or whatever, but then they'll come to me and they'll be like, "Oh, I had all my hopes on this. You told me this, but then you lied to me." And I'm like, "No." Yeah.
Okay, so you'd almost say too, like on some level, you don't want to be held liable, I guess, if something's incorrect or something doesn't line up with what you said, right? You want to kind of cover yourself, I guess, like from a legal perspective.
Yeah, it's a big thing in the tarot reading community, because they're like, "Oh, we shouldn't read on this, we shouldn't read on that." So then I've taken that up as well, which it does make sense to not read about those things.
Okay. Super cool. So, what do you see like your dream job, right? I know that you're a trained counselor, but if you could do tarot full time, right, and you had this big base, do you feel like as though that's feasible for you, or do you feel as though maybe that's going to be kind of hard to achieve, or would you even want that, right? Would you want to go back to being a counselor?
So I think about this all the time. I want to read tarot all day, every day, and I also want to keep going with my personal development group. I want that to grow and become something. I want to be an astrology reader, so I want to read people's charts. I want to start getting into that, and I was thinking, can I really sustain myself doing that and not be a counselor? But then I'm thinking that I should be a counselor as well, so that I have clients that regularly come to me. So then I have finances coming in. So I'm just like, because my dreams keep changing. I've wanted to be so many things throughout my life. But what's really sticking to me is tarot, astrology. I was thinking about dream interpretations yesterday as well, because I've always loved looking into dreams. And yeah, all of those things it would be amazing to be able to do that constantly, day in, day out, because it is feasible. People do it, especially YouTubers. They have a flourishing YouTube channel, which makes them be able to have Patreon, which is an online place where you can do readings, and people are subscribed to it. And they also have a website as well, and they do many things as well. So there's just so much that you can do with tarot. You can create your own deck, you can create your own journals, you could do a lot.
Would you ever create your own deck?
I'd love to. I'd love to. Yeah.
Okay. And what's like the big? Do you know the history of tarot by chance, or where it started, or any of that stuff? I'm not aware of this.
So I've heard of two different histories of it. So I haven't really looked deep into the history, because I just want to read tarot, to be honest. I don't think it's necessary to know the history. Well, maybe it is, but I don't feel the push to look so deep into it.
It's valid. It's interesting, right? But it's not like a necessity to be able to do it, right?
Yeah. Maybe I will look into the history one day, but not now. Yeah.
Okay, that's valid. That Wikipedia page is for later, everybody. Wikipedia page is for later. Okay, so in your future, do you feel like you're going to stay here in Korea and really try and read tarot, or are you going to move around a little bit?
So my first thoughts just before coming here is that I wanted to be here for a long time. Maybe I could try for 10 years, who knows? But you don't know what's around the corner, because I wanted to because I was going to go to Japan first. I was going through the process, but I was looking at the reviews and it just wasn't that exciting. So yeah, so I came here. I also applied for Taiwan before I came here. Well, I tried to, but I filled out the application form and I pressed send, and then there was a power cut, and then the power came back on and the application didn't send. So I was like, you know what? Okay, I'm not going. I'm not doing this.
If that's not a reading from the universe, the energy, I don't know what is. And I think she made the right choice because she's here getting interviewed by me. So obviously Korea is the best choice. Yeah. All right. So Emily, thank you for talking to me. Do you have any closing thoughts? Anything that if you could tell the entire world, or something maybe about you, about Tara, about anything at all, right? What are some questions, comments, concerns?
If you want to do something, really try and do it, because you only have one life, you know, and if you don't try and do what you want to do, then you'll just sit in frustration and regret, and you don't want that for your life. So I've been on my YouTube channel for so many years, and I've been trying to get my viewers up. I'm trying to get subscribers, and there's been so many times that I wanted to quit, but then you know what, I'm just going to keep going, because I'm not here for outside validation. Like, yes, it would be nice to have many subscribers and views, but I need to keep reading tarot, so that's what I'm going to do. And when a new platform, when a new platform comes around, because I've been wanting to maybe shift to a new platform, I've been thinking about it for a while, then I will. But for now, I'm on YouTube, and I'm still working at wanting to become a YouTube channel. Wanting to become
Boy, do I have some news for you.
wanting to become a tarot reader, and I'm going to start back at posting on Instagram again. So if you really want to do something, don't look for outside validation, because if you don't have that outside validation, then you'll just stop. You need to feel it within you, within your spirit, to keep...
Feel your energy.
Yeah, feel it within you to keep going. Like, if I listened to my family and they were like, you need to stop reading tarot, then I wouldn't be reading tarot. I'd just be here like, oh, I wish I was reading tarot right now. But my family says I can't do it, so I'm not doing it. So just keep doing it, because, you know yourself. You know that you need to do this for yourself, so do it. Mm-hmm.
I will also add real quick, too, because I love that closing remark. There's a saying, and I forget what it is, but basically is that, what is it? Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. And basically consistency, if you just consistently do something, especially apply yourself, that's really the way to win, right? Is do it over and over, despite the setbacks or despite what other people say.
And like, your viewpoints will change as you go along, your thought process on the thing, because my thought processes of YouTube has really shifted a lot from, I'm this hopeful young person who wants to have so many subscribers. I'm seeing it actually happen in real life, to, I want to quit YouTube because, I don't have that many subscribers. It's too hard. To, do you know what? If 10 people view my video, that's amazing. I have 306 subscribers now. That's fine. But yes, I'd love more, but just it's all about being in the moment and not about the destination. Just be in the moment, enjoy the moment, and you will reach the destinations at some point. Whenever it is, I don't know. You'll get there whenever you get there, you know.
Enjoy. It's about the ride, or the journey, not the destination. All right. Well, thank you so much, Emily.
Thank
you. Bye.